welcome back, dear students. Hope you all are doing well and fine. Today, in the continuation of lesson, we are going to learn the remaining part of the lesson, that is reduce, reuse, and recycle, chapter number 50. In the previous video, we have learned about 3R formulas, that is reduce, reuse, and recycle in detail with definition and day-to-day examples. We also have learned about how important the 3R formula in today's world. As a part of developing country for India, it is one of the crucial and important tasks. Now, after getting idea about what are the 3R and its importance, now we'll be discussing that how the 3Rs can be implemented in India. So these can be implemented into the three stages. The first one by the government, second by the societies, and third, the most important part, that is an individual. So together, these all three sections can easily help out and work out in order to better implementation of the 3Rs for reducing the waste. So the main role is played by government. How government takes initiative in applying the 3R. Every government needs to focus on the waste management because that brings out the country's development. And from Indian point of view, the government has a major responsibility in sustaining the 3Rs, especially the environmental conscious, the factors which are related to environment. That is the sole responsibility of government because they can do on a larger scale. And how Indian government does this? We have the Ministry of Environment and Forest. This is a special department. The government is set up, and because with the help of that, we are trying to implement the various schemes regarding the environmental protections and how to create the awareness among the people. Now we are having the various policies that government implemented on a larger scales, and why and what are those policies. In that policy, the first one, they do try to check it out, the degradation of land. Wherever there is a lots of degradation of land, there they try to implement the schemes to try to stop the degradation by having the counterbanding, by planting the more and more trees, so we can reduce the degradation of land. At the same time, there are some programs where the wastelands are being converted into the useful lands. So the wastelands can be used for the agriculture or for planting the plants. So these are some of the policies the government is applying. Some other policies in which government takes the direct actions for conserving the resources, just like they declare the reserve forest, which are not for the common people to deal with. They have the biosphere reserves. They declare the mangroves and the protection of endangered species, that is solely into the hands of government. And here they take the direct actions so they can try to protect the environment, and also they can try to follow the 3R formulas. At the same time, according to the time to time, government makes different laws that can protect for the environment. Now, when we just take a look at the Environmental Protection Act that came into existence in 1986, it gives the full power to the central government in order to protect the environment and reduce the pollution in the country. At the same time, it helps the governments to protect the wildlife, and for that they have set up the different national parks all over the country. You might have learned few names, or you know the few names of national parks. You might have visited also some sanctuaries and some reserves and the biosphere reserves. So these are the according to the areas government try to set up in order to protect the environment. At the same time, some eco-friendly technologies and the concepts are uh, invented and set up by the government by using the different technologies. Now, in order to bring out something new techniques, in that new committees have been set up. These committees helps the government to apply the different regulations in order to protect the environment. And nowadays we are facing some other problems of environmental pollution, that is most of the historical monuments are being damaged because of the pollutions. So here these are the new problems are faced by the government. So government is working on that too and trying to protect the monuments also. They are trying to protect the wildlife at the same time, and also constructing the big dams in order to try to stop the degradation of land. So this is the largest scale work and initiative done by the government in order to protect the environment, and this is how they are trying to reduce the 3R and try to implement in a very proper way. Now let's study about that how social or societies have an initiatives in that, and what they are doing and what they are supposed to do in order to help to the